We need to dive into the drama surrounding Iman Shumpert completely spiraling over Teyana Taylor's new relationship with actor Aaron Pierre. And when I say spiraling, I mean full-blown public meltdown status. Ever since Teyana and Aaron made their relationship public, Iman has been doing everything except staying calm. So let's unpack all of this because things are seriously getting out of control. Alright, let's take a step back for a moment. If you've been out of the loop, the drama between Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert didn't start when she moved on, it goes way back. Their 2023 divorce was total chaos. Iman really did Teyana dirty, like seriously messed up. We're talking intense custody battles, petty legal tactics, and a long list of infidelities that honestly became too much to even keep track of. And if you think this was just some standard courtroom mess, think again. There was way more happening behind closed doors. At first, Teyana tried to keep things respectful, telling the public that the split was mutual and peaceful, just two people growing apart, nothing dramatic. But the moment things got legal, everything exploded. It went from civil to straight-up messy real quick. Suddenly, court documents started leaking, vague but shady social media posts were flying, and both sides were making behind-the-scenes moves like it was some kind of strategic battle. And right in the middle of all that, a man. He wasn't just trying to win custody. He seemed hell-bent on making Teyana's life a living nightmare. From smearing her name to trying to control the story, Iman clearly wanted the public to see him as the victim. But let's be real, Teyana was just trying to move on and protect her peace. Meanwhile, a man was out here throwing fuel on a fire that was already blazing. So what was his first move? Oh, just something so unbelievably petty, we had to double-check the court records to believe it. He actually demanded that Teyana return every single gift he'd ever given her throughout their entire relationship. And we're not talking a couple of designer bags or sneakers. He wanted everything back, from jewelry to an entire condo he once gifted her. Like, seriously, the entitlement is next level. Who does that after a breakup, let alone after a whole divorce? That's not grown man behavior. That's giving major middle school breakup energy. And let's not even start on how unreasonable it is to expect someone to give back years' worth of meaningful and expensive gifts just because the relationship ended. If you were generous then, you don't get to turn petty now just because it didn't go your way. But he didn't stop there. Iman also came for her money. He tried to claim royalties from her music, including projects she released before they even met. Now, normally in a divorce, only assets gained during the marriage are up for negotiation. So, for him to go after earnings she made before he was even in the picture, that's giving broke and bitter. And wait, there's more. He actually argued that because they were married during the height of her career, he deserved a portion of that success. Like, make it make sense. Last time I checked, being married to someone doesn't entitle you to their career achievements. Teyana has always been self-made. Trying to take credit or cash for something she built entirely on her own, that's wild. And it still doesn't stop there. Iman, who had been paying $8,000 a month in child support for their two daughters, suddenly decided that was too much and asked the court to reduce it. Sure, $8,000 might sound like a lot to the average person, but in celebrity terms, that's basically pocket change. And before he even filed that request, Teyana's legal team came in hot with receipts showing this man was out here spending well over $100,000 a month on himself. Like, sir, if you can casually drop $14,000 a month just on eating out, then yes, you can absolutely afford to support your kids. But wait, it gets worse. Not only was Iman trying to cut down his child support payments, he was also consistently paying late, creating even more stress for Teyana. Imagine being a mom doing everything to care for your children, and their father, who has more than enough resources, is out here trying to penny pinch. That's not just irresponsible. It's straight up spiteful. And the real kicker. The same month he tried to lower those payments, he was seen living it up, clubbing in VIP sections, rocking designer fits, and jetting off on luxury vacations. Like, how are you pleading financial hardship one minute and popping bottles the next? It honestly felt like he was trying to punish Teyana financially, as if providing for his own children was some kind of favor, not a basic responsibility. And let's get one thing straight. Child support is meant for the kids, not the ex. So if you're out here spending tens of thousands every month on your own luxury lifestyle, but trying to cut corners when it comes to your children, that says everything we need to know about your priorities. Now let's talk about the real reason Teyana finally walked away. According to her, Iman had been cheating on her for years. Not just before they got married, but even while she was pregnant, both times. And if that wasn't enough, she also claimed he was sending photos of himself holding their newborn to other women. Like, excuse me? That's not just messy, that's borderline cruel. Just imagine going through the emotional and physical strain of pregnancy only to find out your husband is sneaking around behind your back the whole time. That's betrayal on a whole different level. And what makes it worse? This wasn't some isolated mistake. It was a repeated pattern, one that Teyana tried to forgive, tried to move past, and tried to work through. But eventually, enough was enough. This would be like my healing chakra. A lot of wounds are being closed and aided at this point. They're being nurtured and closed up for good. I think for me, this is my chapter of healing. Iman tried to flip the narrative and accused Teyana of being unfaithful, but she wasn't having it. She shut that down fast, making it crystal clear that the only time she ever entertained anyone else was after they had already separated. And honestly, she had every right to do so. And let's be real, even that doesn't come close to the years of betrayal she endured from Iman. The difference? Teyana was honest about it. Meanwhile, Iman was out here gaslighting, deflecting, and playing the victim. When the truth finally surfaced, it was giving manipulative, insecure energy, like a desperate attempt to shift the blame. But here's where things get even deeper. Despite everything, Teyana still tried to protect him. For years, every time a cheating rumor popped up, she downplayed it. Anytime the media speculated, she shut it down. She even stepped back from her acting career to focus on her family, doing everything she could to bring stability to their home. But no matter how much she gave, it was never enough. Things hit a breaking point when a TikTok user shared a story about a famous singer married to a former NBA player who had been hospitalized from heartbreak caused by constant cheating. The internet wasted no time connecting the dots, and all signs pointed to Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. The rumors caught fire instantly, with fans all over social media connecting the dots and uncovering the cracks in what had once looked like a picture-perfect marriage. And of course, Teyana wasn't about to let that narrative run unchecked. She clapped back hard, denying the rumors and making it clear that the story being pushed wasn't true. But by that point, the damage was already done. The illusion of a happy marriage had been shattered, and people were finally seeing what had been brewing beneath the surface. And instead of taking accountability, Iman did what toxic men so often do. He played the victim. He tried to flip the script, painting Teyana as the aggressive one and even going so far as to claim she physically attacked him. The gaslighting was off the charts. It became obvious that he was trying to twist the narrative to save face. But Teyana wasn't here for it. She called out his deep insecurities, how he couldn't handle her success, how he resented the attention she received even from photographers at public events. She revealed how he constantly tried to shrink her light just so he could feel bigger. Teyana Taylor is officially free and thriving after her divorce from Iman Shumpert. She's confidently stepping into her next chapter, dating actor Aaron Pierre, and they're not hiding it. The couple made a stunning debut at the 15% Pledge Gala and showed up again at the American Black Film Festival Gala, radiating chemistry and power. Teyana and Aaron's connection was undeniable, and they looked completely unbothered. Meanwhile, Iman seems to be struggling, especially as he watches Teyana move on so confidently. Rumor has it he might even be trying to use their kids to spite her. Seriously, it's time to let it go, Iman. At the end of the day, Teyana deserves peace and happiness. She spent years holding it down for Iman, defending him and putting her own career on pause to prioritize their family. And how was she repaid? With betrayal and public embarrassment. But that chapter is closed. Teyana is finally choosing herself, and it looks like Iman just can't handle the fact that she's no longer playing small for him. So now the real question is, what do y'all think? Is a man really this bitter, or is this just another case of a man not realizing what he had until it's long gone? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because woo, this drama, it's far from over.